Right then, people, we're joined by Adam P. We're outside some random buildings. We're about to do some filming inside of a studio for George, so make sure you'll check out his channel later on. Don't know how to pronounce his name, George Achillia, something like that. We'll put it on socials, you'll see. He's got a good video coming out. I'll put it out in the next few days. Adam, 4-0 over Spurs. Are you still buzzing after that?
Yes, I'm still buzzing after that. Now, honestly, I woke up this morning, I said straight away, I would take 1 point today without looking at any context going into the game. For 1 point against a good Tottenham team, I would take it now. But they come out of that 4-0 in the exact same manner as last season, where you've just embarrassed a pretty good Tottenham team. You just slapped them all over the pitch. I couldn't quite believe what I was seeing, Matty, to be honest. From minute one tonight, we just didn't let them have anything in the game. Now, I look back at clear chances Tottenham had in the game. They had nothing. They didn't create anything at all. And I thought Newcastle's back four, considering on paper, when you look at it, you're thinking, oh, what's going on here? Back four was superb. I was very impressed with. I thought Kraft's on half looked great. It was a good choice, put Murphy right back. Built together. Turned up today, and that Tottenham team created nothing. They got nothing out of the game. And Newcastle, you got to give a lot of credit Eddie Howe and the players did, because the reason he was so bad is because we were so good. We just were on the minute one tonight, and I was so impressed with him today.
Because Eddie Howe does deserve a lot of credit for that, doesn't he? Because you see a lot of Spurs fans saying, "Oh, we didn't turn up today. We let you have it," type of thing. But that's a cop out, that, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah, 100% it's a cop out. If you look at the leagues here, Aston Villa's dropping points off Tottenham, are desperate for top four football. They've got to win the game to get into the top four. That's a huge 6-pointer for them in the context of actually getting back into the top four. But now it was massive for Newcastle today. It gets us back into the race. You wouldn't think it would be all six in the table. We're just behind Tottenham now, which is mental when you think about it. It just shows how. I think the good teams in the league are just so much better than the other teams. Like Newcastle were still well and truly in the European race despite dropping a mental amount of points this season. But now we're starting to turn up a lot more now. I think consistency in matches, even the Everton game, we dropped 2 points there, but we still on paper we should have won the game the way we played during the match. So we are starting to get some form in now. I think once you get some more players back, we just look so much better, don't we, Matty? We look like a fresh new team ready to give our all. And today was just testament to it. We look so good. And we'll talk about it in a minute, but I actually think the break will benefit us somewhat. Getting Tino, Lewis Hall 100%, making sure to come back in, and your likes of, I still don't know how long like Nick Pope and Callum Wilson are from coming back, but I think once you get those bodies back in, we'll be more or less set to get European football, surely.
It's unbelievable how we've managed to get the last few games, four great results. Obviously points dropped against Everton, but the wins away to Fulham, the wins at home to West Ham and Spurs. We did a video actually a couple of weeks back on that charity match saying it's going to dictate our season, and we went on our way to really doing amazing stuff, haven't we, to get sixth place now, and I still can't believe it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know, and you look at the fixtures now, and that's why these points have been so important for Newcastle, because you look at our fixtures, the next game Palace way, which to be fair, we don't ever tend to win there, so it won't be an easy game. Then you got like Sheffield United, whole Burnley away, you got Brentford away last game of this season. You're looking at these teams and you're thinking, we've got to get results against these. I think categorically, you're probably 3-4 wins of European football, and you see the fixtures we've got there. We should easily be doing it without being disrespectful to the opposition side. I think Newcastle, where we are now, you've got to keep a hold of your best players by making sure you get European football. We've set ourselves up perfectly for it. Next 3 games, you get 3 wins there, you're more or less there already before you even think about the last couple of matches. So we've done so well to be here, Matty. Obviously, we spoke a couple of weeks ago, as you just mentioned, about Newcastle. We're making sure that the next few games count. Brighton home is going to be a huge game for us as well, in the context of them trying to catch us up. But them and Chelsea, the only teams that are going to cause any real damage to Newcastle, and West Ham in there as well. But Newcastle, with the games we've got left, we've got much more favourable fixtures than the fixtures those 3 teams have, and I think that's going to dictate where Newcastle will finish. We've still got to do the job. We can't just assume that we'll beat Sheffield United, we'll beat Burnley, but based on the fixtures we have, we're the most likely team to get European football out of those 4 sides, and on paper we should be doing it, and that's what we've got to look at now. We've got to make sure that we take it one game at a time, but we set ourselves up perfectly.
Who do you think then was the standout player today? Then we mentioned, Newcastle still have 11 players missing due to injury. You said the break might do us some good, bring some players back that have been struggling for a while, maybe even Trippier and Hall still getting back, and Wilson and whatnot. So today, you mentioned Kraft at centre back, Murphy right back, Isak again gets a couple of goals, Gordon gets a goal and a couple of assists.
Well, yeah, you mentioned the same 3 or 4 players every single match at this point. It's always Gordon, it's always Bruno, it's always this, they always turn up. I want to touch briefly in this, actually, because he's someone that is always, you always see the potential in him, and you see him score all these goals. I mean, he's chasing Haaland for the golden boot at the minute. Now, the one thing with Isak, I always kind of think as well, he's got these clear-cut chances. He doesn't always take them, but today, when he does take them, he just looks like one of the best strikers out there. He looks so good, and now when he's able to take those chances in a game where it's a bit, even though Newcastle are dominating in terms of final chances, it's still a bit nervy in terms of the 0-0 scoreline. he scores his first chance. It's like at the game just flips on his head. Newcastle go 2-0 up straight away. Now that's what a good striker does. He's so good. It's like, I think if you look at strikers in world football, you've got to include him in the list. Like he's honestly one of the best out there. Bruno's pass for that third goal, Barry. Oh my days. I mean, he's definitely the best player on the team by an absolute country mile. The way he's playing passes around, like he's crucial. You keep players like him at the club. And Gordon, first 60, 70 minutes, he just looked unbelievable again. He's someone that I think we definitely need to make sure some of these players can get a rest towards the end of the game. But you watch Gordon the match, he's such an aggressive player. He gets a second goal because of him putting pressure on the players, and he just reacts straight away. And if you compare this goal to the one last season, you wouldn't have scored that chance last season. It just shows the development that he's had since the Euros and since he's been properly at Newcastle now. And he double figures in the Premier League. You wouldn't have expected that at the start of the season, would you? So he's had an amazing return, and he's seen what he can do today when he gets a chance. Just straight away, just gets that second goal in. It calms the game down at 2-0, and Tottenham at that point, despite having all the possession, done nothing with it, and Newcastle just had the game won, in my opinion, the second they went 2-0 up. As soon as they went 2-0 up, Tottenham had nothing in that match.
Nice one. Cheers, Adam.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Happy
Cheers.
with that.
Bye.